Sugar addiction is no joke, and in today's society, it has caused many problems with a lot of health effects, negative health effects. People always talk about sugar addiction and why it's bad, but I've actually experienced these effects, these negative effects myself, and experienced it firsthand. When I was younger, I used to eat a lot of junk food, and I used to go out to eat a lot of fast food. And what this actually led to happening to me is I actually gained a lot of weight, and I was almost obese at one point. In fact, my family has a high tendency for high cholesterol, and I had extremely high cholesterol, and I was pre-diabetic at one point. So that explains a lot. And I was only in eighth grade, and I was probably like 5 foot, and I was like 140. So I was getting up there. And if I kept living that lifestyle and did not change my eating habits and did not exercise and continued that sedentary lifestyle, just not moving around and eating junk food all day, I would still probably be fat, and that would not be great today. But what is the reason behind this, right? What are the problems caused by sugar addiction? Well, first off, according to Bangalore Times in 2019, sugar is addictive. It's like cocaine. Once it enters your system, you end up wanting more. And I know this firsthand. And so sugar, a lot of people, once they eat sugar, they actually want more sugar. And it's like trying to, like, in order to scratch the itch, you have to keep scratching, but it just gets itchier kind of deal. And that's a big problem is people, when they eat some sugar, they just want more. They want to keep eating it, and that's like a domino effect. And according to another big problem is, according to the Daily Express, 800,000 10 and 11-year-olds are actually obese, and this is mainly due to their eating habits. They eat very unhealthy, and a lot of this is from the fast food, which again, a lot of the fast food these days has high fructose corn syrup in it, and this is extremely bad for you and extremely unhealthy, and is a main contributor to obesity. So what are the causes behind this? What causes sugar addiction? Well, first off, more people are incorporating more sugar into their diet. According to the Wall Street Journal in 2020, 2/3 of people 1 or older eat 10% of their daily calories in sugar alone. What does this mean, right? So first off, we're not supposed to be eating 10% of sugar for our daily calories. We're not supposed to do that. And this actually has a negative impact on the younger generation, especially children, because once again, they're beginning these unhealthy eating habits at a very young age. And if we continue along this path, then we'll see rising rates of people eating even more sugar, and obesity rates would also increase. And another big problem is junk food, fast food is just so tasty. According to the Indian Express in 2022, people love junk food because it's so high in sugar. And again, like I said earlier, sugar is extremely addictive. And once you have it in you, you got to keep eating more. And another big problem is that, according to the Telegraph in 2022, a large amount of children are eating 18 teaspoons of sugar a day by the age of 7. Again, this is a massive amount of sugar, and it's solidifying their unhealthy eating habits from a young age. And a lot of things that we do when we're younger get harder to change as we get older. And this again is very not good, and we should be working on to help fix this problem. So that brings me to my solutions. What should we do? Again, a big part of this problem is that sugar is addictive. And what California can do is, first off, they can help regulate fast food a little bit more by setting limits onto how much sugar can be in certain foods, like sodas or desserts and ice cream. If we can help lower that sugar, it'll help decrease the amount of sugar intake in many people. And actually, I forgot to say this, but another big problem is a lot of these people who eat at fast food restaurants are low income. And because they can't afford anything else. So I know what California can also do is they can provide food stamps for organic healthy vegetables to low-income families. So not just any regular food stamps, just regular healthy vegetables only for them. And I think this would be a big help because this would allow low-income families to, first off, be able to buy produce that is healthy for them. And another byproduct is it drags them away from eating out at fast food restaurants. And what can a lot of people do, right? What can a lot of people do? According to the Nottingham Evening Post in 2022, the first thing that people should do is make the decision. They should make the decision to cut down on sugar and stick to it. Again, the first step is the easiest and the hardest step, because first off, making that decision is not easy, especially if you've been living a life of, unhealthiness, of gluttony. And that's really hard to change overnight, because you can't do it overnight. You have to do it over a certain amount of time in order for the results to show. And what can you do? What can you do? According to the Daily Mirror in 2022, reduce the amount of sugar you are taking, but not just reducing the amount of sugar. Measure it, all right? So when you're making a cup of coffee, you can start off small. It's all right. So if you put maybe 5 scoops of sugar, each day, put half a scoop less. And that'll show some great effects, actually, and will help a lot of people. And in doing so, we can help create a community which is healthier and will be better overall, health-wise. So I talked about the problems caused by sugar addiction, which were a lot of health negative effects, and what were the causes behind these. And a lot of it is because sugar is highly addictive and just so tasty. And a lot of solutions are just, first off, cutting back on sugar, trying healthy more. And if you can do that, we can help fight against this addiction and, create a better society overall. Thanks.